Yeah, she said she's cool.
Yeah. Okay. We're recording.
I thought YouTube just automatically did that.
Oh,
Copyright infringement.
If she's on a record label, it potentially.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Copyrighted.
Okay.
But she's not yet, right? It's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of record labels, have you seen Ivy? Have you ever met Ivy?
I might have.
It was Crystal's friend. She worked with her at Carrabba's.
Yeah, I think I met her at your house. Yeah.
And her music is
Really?
yeah. Like I listen to her. I'm not big on female artists. Like in the car,
Okay.
I'll listen to her shit. Like
What type of genre is she, or does she play an instrument, or?
no, she doesn't play an instrument. She sings.
Oh, she
She's
got
a singer.
some vocals. Okay.
Yeah, but she's been in my house. She read my palm, read Kyla's palm, read Crystal's.
What'd she come up with when she read your palm?
So I'm sorry, she didn't read Kyla's palm. She read me and Crystal's palm and saw fertility and was like, you guys are gonna have a kid and blah blah. I was like,
You ready for
man,
that?
you can get this chick out of here. Well, the thing is, after she did that, after she did that, she ended up getting pregnant. She ended up getting pregnant like a month after or a couple months after she read our palms and was like, I see fertility and
Wow.
kid.
Yeah.
And another thing, she said fame for the kid.
Oh,
She
interesting.
said there was some kind of fame.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I also had another palm reader. This is a good one. And this is before all of this. Before I had started the transport company. I was dating this chick named Katie, and we were going to a movie, and she was like, my mom lives over here. We got some time. You want to stop by my mom's house? Sure. Stopped at her mom's house, and her mom is like, yeah, I read palms as a hobby. And I, of course, I'm like, see what you got. So she's reading my palm and she's telling me about my health. She's like, you're going to make a lot of money in business. When I say a lot of money, I'm not saying you're going to be a billionaire or, it could be 100,000, could be $1 million, but you're going to make some good money in business.
You ain't gonna be one of those assholes on those yachts.
Yeah. This is before I started the transport company, which, mind you, the transport company to this day is the most money I've ever made in my life. I never made six figures before then. I was making maybe 20 grand a year doing what I was doing at the time. So she said, you're going to make a lot of money in business. And I was like, yeah, sure. Everybody says that when they read your future. You're always going to fucking be rich. She was like, you're going to have one child. You're going to have one. But you're going to meet someone and you're not really going to be in love with that person you have the one child with, but you're going to meet someone who has two kids and you're going to really be in love with that person and you're going to love that person's kids as if they're your own. This is before I had Kyla. And she was like, someone has died that you are a lot alike. That you're really close to. And I can't remember what year this was, but my friend, now mind you, I didn't tell this lady anything. I ain't barely told her my name when I walked through the door. My friend who died on his bike, we knew each other from 6th grade till he died when he was 27, which was 2007. Him and I were very much alike. There wasn't, since the time of 6th grade till the time he was 27, the longest we ever went without speaking was a week because I was on a cruise. So we talked every day. I mean, when he got off work at 12 o'clock midnight, he called me. You know what I mean? We talked every single day. We both had motorcycles. He ended up dying on his bike. So she told me that, which I was like, okay. Continue, do tell. She was like, I'm going to have a health issue. And she showed me the line right here. She was like, you're going to have a health issue where this cross is. Either your health is going to go this way or it's going to go this way. You're going to have to make a change in your life at this point. Which I don't know if it's my drinking or eating habits because I don't have a drug habit. Not yet anyway. So she said at this point in your life, when you get older, you're going to have to make a change for your health. But you have a long life, which my grandfather died when he was in his 80s. My grandmother right now is 99. She's still alive.
Oh, that's a long life.
Wow. Yeah. So I come from a family of, people have long lives.
Mm-hmm.
But this lady was spot on, man. I mean, I still remember right where she lives. And I tried to get back to her and see her, but I ended up stopped talking to her daughter because she was fucking loony. But and her daughter wouldn't let her read her palm. I was like, well, what? You know, after I got in the car and left, I was like, well, what'd your mom say about you? And she's like, oh, I won't let her read my palms. I've seen her read people's palms. She read another guy, and she saw like evil or something, and this guy ended up like murdering somebody 3 weeks later.
Oh boy.
Or something.
Jeez.
Yeah. So this lady was, I don't know, man. She seemed like she was the real deal.
Now, you know, I question those. I've never had a palm reader or anything like that, but I almost think there's something to like speaking stuff, you know, because then you pay attention to it. Like once it's said, right?
Yeah.
And then it might not line up like right at that time, but then
Kind
like
of manifested
yeah,
subconsciously.
and then you're looking for it once it's said, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, you can either like speak life into people, or you can speak death into people. You can speak, you know, prosperity, all that stuff, you know. So, I mean, that a lot of that kind of stuff does have, in my opinion, a tie to spirituality.
Yeah.
You know, because you know when you pray, you know, you're speaking it out loud. You know, so now you're consciously more aware of, you know, these things when you pray for them, and they come into your life. You're paying attention now. You know, like when you ask God for something. Yeah. You know, like, you know, like let me ask you this though, Chris. Like, when's the last time you asked God for something?
Yeah. What, 2003 maybe? I actually get out of jail.
That's a long. That's a long time, man.
Yeah, I think.
So you haven't talked to God since. Hold on, where are we at? 2022. So since 2003.
Years.
Yeah, my beliefs changed over time as I
Gotcha.
got older, man. I just don't see God in this world, man. I just don't.
Okay.
I don't see it for children. You know, a lot of wars were created on religion. There's people, you know, look at the Palestinians and the Israelites. They're still fighting right now. They live this close to each other.
Okay.
And they're just lobbing bombs at each other every day off of religion. Jews get killed behind religion. You know what I mean? Like, so everybody's dying for this, to me, unproven, with no evidence belief. Everyone just is supposed to have this blind following of God, and then everybody, which religion is right? You know, the Bible, they use the Bible as a tool for slaves, you know, obey your master and things like that. And slaves, a lot of them probably bought into it and was like, oh, well, I got to follow this religion, so I got to follow this guy who's raping my wife and selling my children, but God will take care of me in the end. So, yeah, I just kind of steered away from that, man.
Okay.
I think it's safe to say, though, that, you know, everybody's entitled to their own beliefs.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
You know, Chris may have other beliefs that just may not be religious oriented.
Yeah.
That, you know, compel him to.
And that's
you know,
just
strive
and that's just one perspective of God. Right. You know, so if you went around a room, you would get, I mean, with any subject that we speak about, when you put 10 people in a room, you're going to get 10 different perspectives, most likely, you know, on any subject. Right.
More than fair.
So, but I think like what we have to do. Oh, go ahead, Chris.
I do believe in speaking things into existence. Like Tupac talked about death in all his raps, and ultimately that's what happened to him. You know, I believe in the power of the tongue.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. I love that, Chris, man. You're absolutely right, though. In my opinion, I agree with you, man. But like, so Tupac, obviously, that's a great point, man. Tupac was speaking death to some degree. You all right, man? Was that a nasty? What is that?
Fucking tequila, man.
Oh yeah, you're not good with that. You don't like tequila?
Better than Hennessy.
I don't like tasting any alcohol. To be honest, Hennessy I don't like either.
True. But
I
check,
like
drinking Fireball.
check this out though, Chris. Like, when you speak life though into a situation, then you get life. But if you speak death, you speak, like you said, you understand the power of the tongue. Yeah. So like, I would say that speaking life into the situation, that's one thing that God does do, is God gives you hope, man. God gives you faith. You know, God, you know, and when you speak that, you know, when you speak that into your children, you know, you speak that into your family, you know, you speak hope and instead of like you speak in death, You know, you have the power to change a lot of things, man. Just like that palm reader, she kind of spoke some things into you that you know you've kind of aligned with, but like you said, that was the power of the tongue.
Yeah. Another thing is positivity, man. If you hang out with positive people,
yes, sir,
people who are doing well,
yes,
and you know, I always use this example like Puffy, Sean Combs.
Yes, sir.
He hangs around with broke motherfuckers. Like that motherfuckers hanging around with other billionaires and millionaires. You continue to build that, man. I used to hang around negative people in my 20s, and I stayed in a negative situation and stayed going to jail and on probation.
Yes, sir.
And those are the kind of people I were hanging around. The minute I got away from that, started hanging around positive people, like this guy and you know other friends of mine. My life did a complete turnaround. You know what I mean?
That's awesome, man.
Some people don't see it though, man.
It's like, what do you so that's a question too. Like, that's one of the things that comes to me lately is like, what are you plugged into? You know, as a man, like, what are we plugged into? Like, where are we getting our energy from? You know, and it's like you said, like when you're plugged into the right people, you know, those people are providing energy.
Yeah.
You know,
true,
but, and then plugged into the wrong people, they can drain your energy.
Absolutely.
You know, yeah, man, that's interesting, man. I like that. That's a great.
Yeah, I used to get a daily negative call from friends every day. I mean, daily.
And it's like we got to be aware of that though. Like we got to be aware. It's like, yo, we got to be like, man, this dude's draining me or this chick. Yeah. So maybe give them less time. You know, less of your time.
Yeah.
You know, and it sucks because I know you probably have a great heart. Obviously, just from being around you, I see it that you have a great heart. And people, like, you know, you feel bad for them. So you pick up the phone, you want to talk to them, you want to understand them, but you also got to have like those boundaries to some degree.
I had to cut a friend off that I moved here with, man. Well, I had to cut her off. Loved her kids, and we were friends, and we both made the move to come to Florida. We both helped each other get here. But man, and to this day, she's still the most negative person I've ever met. There's always a problem. That she always needs something.
Yeah, sometimes, man, you just really have to prioritize your life.
Yeah, man.
Like what you want and what you need to become or to get to that next level, sometimes that's just the nature of it. You just got to move away from people that are just toxic for you, whether that be a lover, your personal friend, you know.
Yes, sir.
Surround yourself with those people that bring that beauty.
Yeah, I'm a strong believer in that.
That's beautiful, Tom.
Hopefully on the next podcast, we're going to talk about how to get money. How to, you know, that's what we need to.
You know what's so funny? I was talking about this the other day. I went out with, you know, I do open mics and stuff like that now with my poetry and stuff like that. And this owner of a kava bar up in Lutz called actually, he wants to come on the show, bro.
Really?
Yeah, he's awesome.
Just now telling him that?
Huh?
You just now telling him?
Well, no, I think I spoke to you about this before, but me and his name is Daryl. And we went out and had, you know, I've been performing at his shop for like 2 months now. And then, you know, he really likes the poetry, really likes what I'm about, what I'm doing. And he says,
owns the bar?
Yeah, he owns the
Definitely need to have that guy on here.
Well, it's a kava bar. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Like kava and kratom and all that stuff?
Yeah, I've heard of kratom.
Yeah. Yo,
I've had that.
Yeah, we're definitely going to get him on though, man. Yeah. Yo, he's very energetic. He's very positive. He's successful.
Yeah,
he's kind of like he's built up like businesses, and he builds them to be successful, then he sells them, and he's done that recipe over and over again. And he just found like this, like when the pandemic hit, you know, kava kratom bars didn't close down.
Yeah,
and he was looking around. He's like, you know, so he was like, you know, going up to these places, and he was hanging out, and he's like sitting there counting all the drinks that they're pouring and the money. He's adding it up, and he's like, man, this is a very profitable business, you know.
So he just opened it.
Yeah, he just opened. You know, I don't want to get it wrong, but I want to say within the last 2 years.
What do you think that cost him?
He'll probably share it with you, man. He's pretty open, man.
Get him out here because I got to.
Yeah, he's incredible, man.
Myself by next year. I got a situation. I would love to pick his brain. Yeah, please.
Yeah, there's but I forget where I was going with that.
Sorry.
Oh yeah. We had breakfast the other day, and we spoke about man. Where was I going with that?
We were talking about prioritizing people. Sometimes you just gotta move on from certain people that are toxic.
Yeah. Oh well, I lost it. I gotta let it go.
Sorry, man.
No, it's all good, dude.
Sorry. I try to grab things.
No,
before I forget when somebody else is talking about something I'm interested in.
No, I understand that, man. Yeah, but he's a dope dude, man, and next week I'm having lunch with one of the senior pastors at my church. I go to City Life Church, man, and he just kind of came up to me. We started kicking it, man, and he used to coach football. I used to coach football in Tampa. I used to coach at Chamberlain High School, and so he knew a lot of people that were in that circle, and people, players and coaches and all that jazz. And so we hit it off, man. And then he's like, hey man, you want to go grab some lunch sometime? I'm like, let's do it, man. So and then I found out that this pastor actually, he owns a bunch of land, and he has he builds obstacle courses, like for like almost like the Savage Race and all that stuff, but not as big as that, but he builds like local like races like that for and he does it at his spot, but not Savage Race. It's called something else, whatever he does or whatnot.
Gotcha.
But yeah, man, it's just so interesting because like I've just kind of like switched my perspective, Chris, and like so now like when I go around, man, I'm like asking different questions, and I'm like projecting, different values, and it's like I'm attracting different people now, and I think it all comes from, honestly, I know it all comes from faith, because I wouldn't be where I'm at right now without that faith, man. And it's just like I keep following it, man. I keep following it, and it keeps like connecting me. And like, I mean, we went out last night, right, brother? And we went to
I remember what the fuck you did yesterday.
Yeah, we had a blast though, man.
time.
Like that, I was so like happy, like because we were gonna do the podcast last night, and instead I was like, you know what, man? Like this girl named Brianna Tam, she plays the cello. She's gonna be playing in Ybor City, and I was like,
she's amazing.
Yeah, she's dope. You should play one of her tracks.
Yeah, I think I will.
I should have won.
We got to get you out, Chris. I want to get you involved, and like I want to get you around this community, man, and just like. Just as much as we can all hang out and like, just like,
what are you guys doing tonight?
Different perspectives.
You guys going out there tonight?
I have nothing going on tonight.
You're not going to that place tonight?
Which one?
The place you went last night.
Oh no, I don't know anything going on tonight. I probably could look, but
yeah,
we went to Crowbar last night.
Yeah, we went to Crowbar in Ybor.
Hold on, did y'all call her when you went out there to see if she was gonna come be on the show?
No. We're gonna. Chris, he said he wants to bring her on next week.
Oh, okay.
Or 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from now. Yeah, I'll be out of town next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'd say, man, waiting on the Chinese New Year with you. You definitely should have called today.
Yo, she's such a
sir.
Man.
Yo, I got to show you a video of her too, man. She's so sweet.
I am.
Is this her? Brianna
No,
Tam?
it's not. I can bring it up. You know what? I don't think I have a scene set up to show it on the.
Well, no, but you can go to Spotify and look up Brianna Tam.
Okay.
She's
Yeah.
on there.
Oh, she's on Spotify?
Yeah, she's
Good
got a
for
lot
her.
of followers.
She getting
bro.
money for that?
Yeah, I
Okay.
believe so. Yeah,
Really?
she's dope, man.
That's
Like,
what's
yeah, and she's super humble, man. It's like ridiculous. Like, she's so talented. But these other rappers that we saw last night were pretty dope as well.
Yeah, I found her.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, wow.
Let's play a little Brianna Tam.
Okay.
Very intense cello player.
Let me turn it up a bit.
I did not know. How hard is it to get on Spotify?
I don't think it's that difficult. I mean, I've never done it.
We're
but-
gonna be on Spotify
Word?
tomorrow.
Yeah, you edit the podcast that's on Spotify.
Yeah, we'll be on Spotify.
That's what's
Yeah,
up.
man. Yeah. What was that rapper though that we saw, man? I can't. It's something. I don't know why I keep forgetting his name, but he's so talented, man. Man.
Yeah, I'd reach out to Brianna. She probably knows.
Was it Kanye?
Nah, it
When
wasn't.
Kanye West?
It wasn't Kanye.
That fucking jerk. How you guys feel about Kanye West? Huh? I
What
don't
happened?
care.
What happened with
I
Kanye?
don't care for him as a person.
Why? What'd he do now?
He's retarded.
Oh man.
You know, he's mad about the Kim, his wife leaving him for, well, not leaving him for him, but
You talking about that one weird dressing dude?
Pete Davidson. I mean,
Okay.
this is entertainment, mind you. I don't give a shit about any of these people. However, it's entertaining somewhat. Soon as he split up with Kim Kardashian, Pete Davidson slid right in there. Well, actually, I'm sure she was seeing Pete. So anytime a woman gets with a man, not gets with a man. Anytime a woman's with a man and they start having problems, she looks for another man to console with.
Yeah, talk to my ex-wife.
So exactly. So, you know, my cousin told me, he was like, women are like monkeys. You know, a monkey doesn't let go of one branch until it's got a firm grip on another one. And she was a perfect example.
So true. Just one meat counter away.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, the minute Kanye and Kim said, hey, I think we're going to separate, she was already seen out with Pete Davidson that same night. They made the announcement like during that day. 1 o'clock that day they were separating. By 9 o'clock that night she was on a date with Pete. So, you know, and good for him, man. He scored a you know, $100 million woman, and he ain't making that kind of money.
Hey, maybe he
I
was
don't even
just
think he's a
fake,
millionaire.
man.
Huh?
No,
Maybe
he's
it was just
definitely a
fake.
millionaire. I mean, he was on SNL. He made.
Nah, he ain't gonna be a millionaire being on SNL. I mean, you have to be on there for 10 years.
He's been on there for a while, and he had a hit movie that just came out recently.
You know what? Let's look that up. What's Pete Davidson's
Net worth?
Net worth.
Okay, one
I'm
second.
just curious. Come on, man. You're kind of slow on the Googling.
Yeah, I'm
I need you to speed that up.
it's in, I typed in Pete, and it was the first.
Now everybody's wondering.
Yeah.
See?
every-
I'm
It's
the
because
only
the
one
government's
wondering.
listening.
Here it is. Net worth. $8 million.
Okay, so if he's worth $8 million,
Yeah.
he could probably reach out and touch 2. Like that's probably his
Okay.
earning.
So that's higher than you thought, because you
Yeah, I
thought
didn't even think he was a millionaire.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he can reach out and touch say 2, right?
Sure.
Cash maybe. Because Dr. Dre, they say he's worth $1 billion, right? Or 900 million.
Dr. Dre's net worth. Yeah, let's.
So when they were doing his divorce shit on TMZ,
800 million.
okay, so his net worth is 800 million.
Mhm.
When they were putting his divorce business out in his personal checking account, he could reach out and touch, I think it was 260 or 230 million dollars is what he had liquid.
Okay.
So
That's
no
a
one's,
lot of money to be liquid, though.
yeah. So no one. So whenever you see somebody say they're worth $900 billion, it's not liquid. That's
You're looking
their
at
businesses
25%.
combined. Yeah.
25 to 30% is
Yeah.
liquid. I mean, yeah.
So somehow 8 million. And wait, hold on. What's Kim Kardashian's net worth?
All right. Let me see.
Oh, that rapper was K3. His name is.
Okay.
Yeah, I did a yeah, he's a man. I don't know how old he is, man. I can't. I'm terrible with like judging people by like what they look like, what their age is. But man, he looks like a young kid, man. But he's like killing it, man. His flow is just like incredible.
1.4 billion is Kim K's net worth.
That's
What?
absurd that she's worth that much money.
1.4 billion.
1.4 from what?
Marrying rich people.
The fuck?
That's what it says, dude. 1.4 billion.
What's Kanye's?
Mm.
So hold on. You telling me an $8 million guy got $1 billion woman?
It's half of what it was.
Ugh, she's ugly. I don't find her attractive. She was. Remember when she fucked Ray J on that tape? That's when she was attractive. Before she got all the plastic surgery and
He's 1.3 billion, Kanye.
everybody's like, "Oh, Kanye's a genius." No, Kanye has some genius people around him. That guy's a fucking idiot. He says some stupid fucking shit.
He's got some good music though.
I'm
Some
done.
of his stuff is pretty dope.
I'm done with my
Especially
Kanye
like
rant.
yo, I love when that College Dropout album came out, man. I was like,
Yeah,
I was all over that.
yeah,
when
that
I
was my
when I
shit.
was in high school.
Yeah, that was my
It's
shit.
still pretty fire. Like I mean, I listened
Yeah.
to it. I'm like, yo,
Now he's weird.
well, you know,
Ever since his mom died, he fucking lost it, which I get it.
you know, I can't. You know, I haven't lost my mom yet, thank God. So I don't
Yeah, me
know.
either.
You know, I can't. You know. Relate or you know I can't even I don't want to understand, but you know I got to be prepared myself. But
All right.
Yeah, it's probably one of the most difficult things you could ever go
you've
through.
lost your mother.
Yeah.
Damn,
A
Tom.
number of years back, but
Sorry to hear that. Man.
yeah, it's a sobering moment in your life to look and when you see her in the casket, knowing that you'll never talk to her again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not only that, I mean, you can never depend on this, but like your mom.
Oh yeah, it's done. Yeah.
it's
that-
who you depend on throughout your whole life. Anything, whether it's financial.
yeah, emotional
talking to
support.
her,
yeah.
yeah.
That's
I'm not,
gone.
I'm not looking forward to that, man.
How did your, if you don't mind me asking, how did your mom pass?
She suffered from numerous illnesses over years. I mean, high school, breast cancer, taking her back and forth to chemo. When she passed, I believe, it was like a.
Is that hereditary breast cancer in your family?
Yeah. So both my sisters, they both have had. I forget the procedure where they have to virtually. God, what do they call it? Where they actually remove
Cut out
the breast?
your breast and then put in fake ones?
Yeah.
They did that before the cancer, or they did it because...
Well, so women, they can actually go get tested to see if they have those signs of that type of cancer.
Cells, cancer
Yeah,
cells,
and to get ahead of it,
It's a mastectomy, right?
Mastectomy, yeah. So, yeah, they both had double mastectomies.
Are they okay with that?
Yeah.
So, like, because a lot of women get their boobs augmented to look better.
Well,
did they have that happen and they were like, oh, well, fuck it. Get rid of these things. I don't like them anyway. Let me get some new ones.
I mean, I don't know about my oldest sister because I'm not, like, super in touch with her.
Yeah.
But my sister that lives down here, she was a little comical about, getting a set of youthful boobs put on her,
I can see that.
Because she's had 3 kids come through her body, so...
I can see that.
But, yeah, to get back to with what you're saying, so she battled diabetes. I believe she had a massive stroke, and a heart attack. I mean, there was like a number of different things that was just all at once.
Oh my goodness.
So, and my dad walked in from work and saw her dead in the chair.
Oh.
So.
How old was she?
62, 63. She was young.
Goodness, bro.
Yeah, yeah, she's younger than my mom.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So.
Did she eat bad? Or this is just hereditary stuff?
I think part of it's hereditary. The other part is, with the complications, my parents are kind of that old mindset, like I lived a good life, bullshit. So
your dad's still around?
Yeah, he's still around. I mean, his health is dwindling some, but I'm pretty sure if he got sick, he'd be like, nope, I'm just gonna stay at home.
Has he made any life changes to, like, after seeing that? Did he?
So, I mean, my dad's life changes kind of happened earlier in life. So he was 38 when he had his first stroke.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. And, I mean, I was just a young kid at the time. And, he was never really a drinker. He smoked cigarettes and that kind of stuff. But, he would have, I don't know, maybe 2 beers a week or something like that. Nothing of like, where it's like an obsession or like some kind of habit. And but he smoked cigarettes all the time back when they used to sell like the Winston 25 packs, back in the day when they were on billboards and all that kind of shit. So
where does this leave you? With your health and how you?
Well, I mean, I try to eat. I try to eat good because like I'm hereditary. I got blood pressure problems. I probably without medication, my blood pressure is probably someone 15, 20 years older than I am. And cholesterol problems, that kind of stuff.
What is your like exercise regimen?
I wish it was more than what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
I just found out last week that I have high cholesterol.
Yeah, I remember you saying something about that. So no more burgers, red meat, none of that.
Yeah.
Takes a lot of fun out of it.
Yeah, what the fuck? What's the point of living?
Everything in moderation,
Yeah, and this is definitely not a comment because we're sponsored by them or anything like that. But if you guys ever get down on that HelloFresh stuff, those meals that they deliver right to your house, it's like all the raw ingredients. Man, it's like perfect for 2,
Right on.
It's all the stuff's good. It's healthy. You could tailor it to what you want. I mean,
every meal you've gotten so far has been tasty.
I mean, there's been 1 or 2, but we've been doing it for the last 2.5, 3 years.
Right on.
So,
no, that's dope.
What's that costing?
It's like
a month
for 3 meals. It's probably per week, so you're talking $250 for the month.
So you're
around there.
That takes a lot of pressure off you too, man.
Oh well, that was the big thing of why we went with it because the wife and I, and every long-term couple would be able to relate to this in some way, shape, or form. Is you walk in the door, hey, what's for dinner?
Yeah.
So
what do you want for dinner?
I don't know. 3 meals a week from them.
Yeah, 3 meals a week. And then the other days, you could do more. We do 3 meals a week because with the wife being a nurse, she works 3 days a week. So normally just trying to be a good husband.
3 meals each? a week?
Yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
we both have 3 meals, right? So and we save them for dinner. So when she walks in the door, dinner's ready, that kind of thing.
Okay.
But again, you could get more, you can get less. It's up to you.
What's your favorite so far that you've had? What was your?
I don't know.
Do you have one?
Go through phases. There was these bulgogi balls that there's like
Pretty far.
like hamburger meat, but it's like made in this bulgogi sauce. I don't know. It's pretty dope.
So you
Nice.
like, you
Okay.
like the balls.
Not like that, man.
You like the balls.
Bulgogi.
But I mean, the food's dope. So
Right on.
give it a shot. But
Yeah.
getting back to eating healthy, like try to tailor it around a lot of that. Just to make sure that and plus they come with the recipes, so you can like if you want to like just go to the store and buy the ingredients, you got everything right there.
You stop smoking?
I smoked a long time ago.
You were a smoker?
Yeah, I
didn't know
smoked
that.
cigarettes. Yeah, but I mean that was pretty much up until like I joined the military because I didn't want to go into
So, like,
basic
as a
training.
teenager, you were a cigarette smoker, or like early 20s?
Yeah, my mom, man, she is hilarious. So I remember I was 13 years old. She walks in the room, throws a pack of cigarettes at me, and says, "If you're gonna smoke," my girlfriend's sitting next to me on the bed. She's like, "If you're gonna smoke, don't do it behind my back." So I just started packing this pack of
Old
cigarettes.
school, right there,
Yeah.
baby.
But cocky 13-year-old started packing the pack of cigarettes and looked at her and said, "Yo, you got a light?" And she was like, "Yep."
Oh boy.
Yeah. So
You hit that shit and start choking?
no, I had already been
you
smoking
had-
for
you
a
were
while
already
at that
smoking.
point.
At 13, you were smoking?
Man, I was not a good kid.
God damn, man.
Dude, I was not a good kid.
13,
Which is
I
so-
was playing
which
with
is so-
Transformers. What the fuck?
Right on. That's pretty dope.
Shit.
So yeah, I used to like hustle outside the gas station, like asking everybody, "Hey, you mind buying me a pack of cigarettes?"
Which is so
Mind buying me
interesting
a
now
40?
because
Yeah.
you're so like such an awesome guy.
Thank you.
Square.
It's so incredible, man, that what like how you can change over time. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I think just. I mean, I guess
you
could
live and you
just-
learn, right?
Yeah, you could chalk that back to, man, I fucked up enough to
Yeah.
know that
Yeah.
where you need to have like grounding moments and you need to take a step back at life and just
Yes, sir.
really kind of reevaluate things. Going back to what we were talking about, with certain people that are toxic or relationships, sometimes you just gotta say,
Yeah.
it's gonna suck for a while. I get it, but I know in the next 6 months, 5 years, whatever the case may be, I'm gonna be better off, and hopefully that person will as well.
Yeah.
Imagine
That's
how
nice.
many
That's
people are in
nice.
prison that didn't get that chance to grow up. That's all it takes is
True.
us growing up.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to jail and probation from the time I was 18 to the time I left Georgia when I was 29. I was in jail. I mean, literally, I remember I got out of jail once and the guard was like, I see you.
I'll see you coming back.
Yeah, well, he said, I'll see you next week. And I was like, what, you ain't never going to see me in this motherfucker again. 2 weeks later, I was walking back through those doors, and guess who was standing there waiting
Oh
for me?
no, really?
And yeah, this same guy, I'll never
Dude.
forget him. And he was like, didn't I tell you?
Wow.
I couldn't believe
How
it.
did you feel when he said that? Like, do you remember that feeling or no?
Was it like resentful, or did you feel
It was
bad,
so
or-
often though. Like I was going in there so often. It was like not disbelief, but I was almost like numb to it.
Okay.
Like this is where I live, and this is what they do, and this is what
part
it
of the
is.
process.
Yeah, I was, going to jail for traffic violence. This is Georgia. You fucking, if a cop don't like the color of your car, you're going to jail.
Okay.
And especially back then. If you're if you're young, black, between the ages of 18 to 24, you're going to jail.
Okay.
And then you get on probation, and then that's just a jail sentence right there. Because once you get pulled over on probation, they'll hit you with the, technically, for whatever reason, you didn't pay this $30 this month or whatever the fuck case.
Yeah, whatever bullshit they can make up.
Whatever they come up with, you're going to jail. So through my whole 20s, from the time I was 18, I was in jail. And if I just got a break on some of those jail sentences, just give me some time to grow up. A lot of people are in prison right now for the rest of their lives because they're an habitual offender. Like that 3 strikes law in California. 3 strikes for the same thing. I've seen a kid stole some pizza or something and got a 3rd strike and ended up getting 25 years in jail. You know what I mean? If he just had time to grow up. I mean, it's crazy, man. We just had time to grow up. half the jail population would be wiped out.
I met like, man, I don't know how long ago it was. I'm in this men's group at church, and they had asked me to go to this like house where this guy receives all this meat from like the grocery stores. Like this excess amount of meat, they're gonna either throw it out, but they give
like
it
stuff that's almost getting ready to expire.
Yeah. They give it to this house, and then this guy feeds people that are in need for food, and he
getting it from Walmart.
Well, no, it's from Walmart, Public, all this
really
from everywhere.
I swore Walmart threw away their expired.
They put this truck came in and had pallets of just meat, frozen meat and all that stuff. And
really good for him, man.
Yeah, it was dope, man. But I met so he basically at this house, he would house like prisoners, or not prisoners, but people that had just got out of jail. And there was a couple guys there that I was like helping unload the truck with, and one guy was talking to me, and he was telling me that he was locked up as a young man, and he just got out, and so he's on probation, so he's staying in that house.
How much time did he do?
Oh man, I want to say he did like 7 to 8 years.
Wow,
it was something, I forget what it was for. It's something silly, but he said, man, and this is something that I keep hearing. He's not the only person I've talked to that's been to jail. It takes like a perspective shift, like with anything, like when you're in jail, like to learn you have to have a perspective shift. You have to see it from a different view, and that's the only way that you'll like overcome that type of thinking. You have to you have to shift. I don't know, how do you feel about that? I mean,
I did 6 months in a jail in Decatur, Georgia, on Memorial Drive. It's a huge jail right on the corner. Right when you get off the highway, you can see it. It looks like a fortress, right?
Okay.
It's got 8 floors. The 7th and the 8th floor for murderers, rapists, the most heinous of crimes.
Yeah, the low of the low.
Yeah. So I went in there for aggravated stalking when I was 22 or 23. And unbeknownst to me, the girlfriend at the time, we're actually friends now. But at the time, I wouldn't call us friends. We can talk and not, whatever. I guess we can be associates.
Acquaintances, huh?
Yeah. So at the time, we were going through a bad breakup, and she went and put a restraining order on me without me even fucking. I can't remember if I knew or not. I don't think I did or understand the severity of it. And I called her one day, and I was like, I really love you, and I miss you, and I hope we could work through this, and just call me whenever you want. Next thing I know, some detective calls me. He's telling me that we're putting out a warrant for you, and you need to turn yourself in. He real nasty with me on the phone. You turn yourself in for aggravated stalking. And I was like, I haven't seen her in whatever. Mind you, I'm a kid. I didn't know that just me leaving that voicemail was proof of contact, which is aggravated stalking.
Okay.
And the reason why it's aggravated is because she had put the warrant out. She had put the restraining order on me, which was a misdemeanor. But because I contacted her, that made it a felony, which is aggravated stalking. Anyway, moving forward. Long story long. They put me on the 7th floor with young men in a pod with 30 men. 29 were black, including myself, 1 Mexican. And everyone in there was in there for something violent, a violent crime, which they consider aggravated stalking a violent crime. I had no bond. So I was in there for 6 months. And my mindset at the time was, I don't want to say shock and disbelief, but it was kind of like it became a normalcy. Like, this is where we live and this is what they do. And I was in a little disbelief because when I found out why I was in there, I was like, what was the reason? And my lawyer told me, like, yeah, it's because you called and left that message. I was like, you kidding me? So anyway, I saw someone almost get murdered in there. Well, I thought the guy got murdered, which was also scary for me. You ever seen somebody get killed?
I've seen dead people before, but never someone physically.
I have not.
So to see someone in your mind that you think got killed is very scary. It's a very eerie scary feeling. In that jail, they would wherever you were from is what they would call you. So they didn't call me Khris, they called me New York because I was from Brooklyn, New York. If you were from Atlanta, they would call you Atlanta. If you were from Miami, they'd call you Miami.
It's kind of funny that you say that because when I played college football, that's what we would do. Like, like I was playing in Minnesota, I was playing in California, but they call certain people, like if dude was from Vegas, they'd call him Vegas.
That's probably what it's from because all those guys in there were
similar
in their 20s.
True.
Because they put all from 25 and up, you go into a certain pod, and because that's a more calmer pod.
Okay.
They put all the young boys in the same pod because the young boys are who cause the problems. They have the energy and the pride, not pride, the ego.
Yeah, ego. There it is.
To try and kill
there
each
it
other.
Is.
Well, there was a guy in there named Miami, and there was a guy in there they called Big Boy.
Okay.
Big Boy looked like an ape. Picture a silverback gorilla with some fucked up hair, and that's what Big Boy looked like. And he had a scratchy voice, dark skin, short, stocky guy. When he talked, he'd, hey, what's up, man? Something happened to him in his voice. Anyway, he was in there on 2 counts of murder.
Oh, boy.
He had killed some kid near some school somewhere, and I can't remember where else he killed. Miami, I can't remember what he was in there for, but it wasn't murder. So, Big Boy, Miami was having one of his days when he was very frustrated with his situation. So when you're in jail and you don't know when you're getting out, you're like a caged animal. You're pacing around. You don't know what's going to happen to you. You're on edge. You just want to, you're angry. You want to hurt somebody, or yourself or whatever. You almost become homicidal.
Okay.
So he was walking around. He's pacing around. He's like, man, I got to show these motherfuckers. I ain't. He's just talking to himself now, mind you. He's just pacing back and forth, talking shit.
He's virtually having a breakdown.
Yeah, he's having a breakdown. Yep, that's exactly what was happening with him. So Big Boy was in the shower. He gets out the shower. He's like, what's up? What's up, Miami? What's wrong? You all right? Man, I got to show these motherfuckers. He's like, who are you talking about? What are you talking about? Miami says, you, motherfucker. He starts mouthing off. Now it gets quiet. Now, mind you, there's 30 people in this day room. So now it gets quiet, and scary because this one guy is in here for fucking 2 counts of murder. Here goes this other guy. I don't think he knows. He's just so mad, he doesn't even care. They get to fighting. They're fighting and they're both holding their own. They're in this fight. They're each getting licks off on each other. Miami, for whatever reason, tries to tackle this ape. This guy picks him up. I remember him picking him straight up in the air. Miami's legs were like this.
Okay.
He looked like he was diving. His legs were close together. Big Boy just fell back like a tree. Timber. Pow. You heard his head smack the concrete. Miami's head smacked the concrete because it was on his shoulder.
Terrible.
You could hear an ant pissing on cotton in that fucking place. No one said anything. And when he hit the floor, you just heard, oh. Everybody at the same time, oh. Right? Big Boy gets up. He's talking shit. Miami's out. I thought he was dead. I was like, this guy's fucking dead. You know what I mean? Which I was kind of scared. Yeah. I was scared. I was like, fuck, am I going to have to, a lot of things were going through my head. Am I going to have to be interviewed about this? Like, are they going to come and start asking me, you know what I mean? What's this mean for me? Is this pod going to be shut down now? We're not going to get to eat, whatever. Big Boy pulls his dick out and starts wiggling his dick. He's going to piss on him. He's fucking animal. He's going to piss on this guy he just killed.
It's terrible.
So then Miami started shaking. He went into a seizure. He's shaking bad. Now, and it's really scary. I'm like, oh shit, he's alive. Couldn't believe it. He starts foaming out the side of his mouth.
Oh. So
a couple other guys grab Big Boy and they pull him back because he goes to try and kick him. Like he's gonna kill this guy. Like
he's overcome by Red at this point.
He's overcome by anger.
Yeah.
The Mexican goes over and sits Miami up, and he is just limp. He just looks limp. He can't move, and I hear him saying, "Amigo, I can't move my legs." Now Now another fear comes over me. Fuck, this guy's paralyzed. You know, fuck, he's alive, but even worse, now he can't fucking walk. He can't move. So he's telling the Migo I can't move his legs. The fucking Mexican's like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? I don't know what to do, you know? And he's holding him up. Mind you, the whole time the guards are outside the pod looking in there.
They ain't even trying to roll in there.
They don't do that. In Atlanta, you're gonna like if you get into a fight, you're fighting to the death or to one of you are knocked out because those guards aren't coming in. Even if it's one-on-one, they're not coming in to break that up. You know what I mean? It's brutal. They called it the Thunderdome. It was gladiator camp. So
it's a lot of trauma, man.
It is. Yeah. So he's the guy, you know, Miami, he's bleeding out his nose. Big boy, he's still fucking jumping around. He's like, you know, get your fucking ass up. You know, we're gonna finish this.
Oh boy.
Like, one of us are gonna die today.
That's terrible.
Let's go. And he's trying to get him up. He's trying to get him to get up off the fucking floor. And the Mexicans, you know, he's trying to hold Miami up because Miami can't move. So he's sat him up and he's trying to hold his head up, you know, trying to hold him up. Finally, Big Boy made Miami tell him that he won the fight. Like he said, you know, tell me Atlanta got it. Because Miami would always walk around talking about how great Miami is. He's like, say Atlanta got it. All right, man, Atlanta got it. Say I'm fucking this guy, this, you know, he's got him saying all kinds of fucking shit. Now he's taking his manhood from him.
Yeah, he's making him the beta.
Yeah, exactly what he was doing. So finally, Miami comes to. He says what he has to say. They put us on lockdown. At this point, the guards lockdown, tells everybody to get in the cell. They pop the doors. Everybody goes in the cell. Miami sits out there. You know, he's all fucking dizzy and shit. They take him out on a stretcher. Captain or sergeant or whoever comes in, he says, what happened? Everybody says, fell out the shower. All right.
Even though the guards are watching this whole thing.
Watching the whole thing. So he fell out the shower.
Is that just because no one wants to be a snitch and end up in the same situation?
Not necessarily that they don't want to be in the same situation, because everyone in there was a fucking animal, but or had the potential to be an animal, or the, you know, capable of being an animal. But no one just wanted to get involved. Like, no one cares that much about you to try and help you. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
So,
no love in there.
Yeah, there's no love. So they wheeled him out, took him down to the infirmary. 3 hours later, he comes walking back in, right? And this part was profound for me. His eyes were bloodshot red. His manhood got drained. He looked like he just got raped.
Walking
like,
slouched, head down.
Didn't have a lot to, didn't say anything. Went into a cell. Next 2 weeks, he was quiet as a church mouse, moving around in that place. I was surprised he even came back. I thought he was going to go to another pod. But he was that live guy that was always in the middle of the games, playing cards, loud, always talking to everybody. You know what I mean? That dude just beat that manhood right out of him, man. I mean, his manhood was completely stripped of him. I mean, he literally looked like someone, I imagine how they would look if they had just got raped by another man. You know what I mean?
So do you think that moment, going back to with what we were talking about earlier, is potentially a moment where he saw some level of redirection in his life, where he was like, all right, I can't be that guy anymore?
I hope he did.
Yeah. I mean, that's all you can do is hope, right?
Yeah. Did he see a redirection in his life? I don't know. I never saw him again after I got out of there. I hope he did.
Which is for the best. It would have
did it for me. No, I'll take that back. It wouldn't have did it for me. The only thing that cures, I think, the only thing that cures your way of thinking is growing the fuck up and maturing.
True.
You know, because he probably thought to himself when he got back, from now on, for all I know, he had a razor up his ass for the rest of the time that he was in there. You know, I'm sure he just thought, I'm not going to let anybody ever do that to me again. The next person that runs up on me, I'm going to fucking cut their throat. He didn't think to himself, maybe next time I won't be talking so much shit and not come to jail and let me change my life. No, he probably thought, I'm not going to let another man put their hands on me. He's going to die first. I'm not going to hesitate. You know what I mean? So it happens different for different people, different strokes for different folks, man.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, for me, that's just such a foreign way of thinking, though, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when I was younger, I was quick to get in a fight with somebody. Now you couldn't
same here.
pay me. Yeah, you couldn't pay. Now I don't want no problems, man. Anybody starts talking shit, I'm like, hey, all right, man. Well,
yeah, where's the exit? Man?
Yeah, I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna get out of here.
That's growth.
I don't want. Yeah,
that's growth, man.
Yeah, I mean,
that's awesome, dude. So like when I'm listening to like your story and you're telling, you're sharing, stories about these men in jail. What's really crazy, man, is with that men's group that I'm a part of, like I had got offered to do like prison ministry, and I was gonna do it, but somehow I caught COVID, and I was supposed to show up for like an interview and all that, and I had to cancel.
Does that mean you go to the prison?
Yeah, I was gonna go up in the prisons and stuff like that, and because I really wanted to, like, I had read this book by Common, and he went into the prisons and he talked to prisoners because he was trying to understand love like in every aspect, and that was one of the things he did. He sat and that stuck with me from listening to that audiobook. Like, and then when I heard when I was at the men's group and I heard that there was an opportunity to get into prison ministry, I immediately thought about when I heard Common had did it, because I like Common, man. I respect what he does and all that, man. He's, he's dope, man. But I'm listening to you and I'm like, man, is it safe to say that everybody that winds up in jail has some type of character issue to some degree? Like, it's something, it's some type of character issue from what I'm. No, you don't think so?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. There's a lot of talent in jail. First of all,
I'm not denying that.
I'm
not denying that at all.
Great people, not just talented, but great, smart people.
Okay.
I think you're a victim of your surroundings, man. In Atlanta, so you would think through my whole 20s I had some kind of character flaw, but as soon as I moved from Atlanta, my whole jail career was done overnight. Like my whole life turned around. So a lot of places, the systems are set up to just.
Is that mainly because your circle of influence changed once you moved down here, though?
I didn't hang around. I mean, I was around a couple of negative people here and there, but they weren't going to jail every week. I was the one going to jail the most. So I don't even know if it was my circle of influence. I just think certain states just make their money and their revenue from bleeding the citizens, you know what I mean? And then they make these, and then it becomes easy for them to make money, you know what I mean? You get too many parking tickets, you're going to jail. Your tag's expired, you're going to jail. You know what I mean? It just makes, and then once they get your pinky finger stuck in the fucking system, now they want probation. Now you got restitution and fines, and it's just a cash cow. And some states play on that more than others.
Yeah, I'll tell you straight up, man. Actually, I did go to jail a couple of times, but nothing like, where I had to stay there too long.
Yeah.
I got a DUI, and then one time, I had like an assault and battery charge because I was at a club and some dude was disrespecting the woman that I was with, and then I had a bottle in my hand, and he came at me. And I hit him with the bottle, and all of a sudden now that's assault and battery with a deadly weapon.
All right, see, now back in the 80s, you would have just gotten a fight and went home.
Yeah.
Now, you can't. If you spit
they put
on
a warrant out
somebody,
for my arrest because of that.
Yeah.
Luckily, I got through it.
Somebody, that's assault.
Wow.
You know that, right?
Oh yeah, no, I understand that.
Right now, if you spit on somebody, that's assault.
Okay.
If I threw this can at you, that's assault. You can call the police and tell them you threw that can at me, and I'm going to jail. So now it's taking people to jail is a cash cow. When before it was crime.
Okay.
So
anyway,
virtually anything's a deadly object at this point.
Yeah, man. I mean, anything can get you locked up. I mean, disorderly conduct. I went to jail. First time I went to jail was for walking to the bus stop. He hit me with prowling and loitering. I didn't even know what the fuck that meant. I was like, is he joking or what? But anyway, so your friend.
What I was trying to get to the point
Not
was
your friend, but
what I was trying to say was like, me not even being, in jail, like, or being, in and out of that that environment. I would say I still had character issues, man. Like I'm 36 years old, and I'm just now making better choices, like all around. I mean, I'm not saying I was like a completely bad guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, were you an animal? Did you have to be?
At some points, I was.
Danger to society?
At some points, I mean, and if it depends on your perspective, like I probably was a danger to society to some degree. Like with women, with women, going around having unprotected sex, yeah, man, that's dangerous. And then at the same time, what I was damaging a lot of people, man. I was damaging myself.
But in the 70s,
so that's to me, that's a character issue, and I didn't necessarily get locked up, but I can say that I had a character issue. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt I've taken like accountability, and I'm being transparent, and I think that's like one of the first steps to us as men for growth is like, we have to say, hey man, I had some problems, man. I wasn't thinking correctly, and I wonder if these dudes in jail, if they could I think that's like part of the process, man. It's like because really when you sit down and you have that time, because like this is really what happened to me with all those brain injuries and all that. I'm sitting in a room and it's just me and God. So I'm just, I had time to think about my life. I'm out of work, all that stuff. So I'm not getting up every day in the routine, going to work. So I had time to just be alone with myself and look at my life and go, damn, I don't have like a bad life, I was, postal worker, I was coaching high school football, but I was still making immoral choices like all the time, and I sat down and I looked at my life and I'm like, damn, man, like I need to tighten up, like I need to do better, man. And now, like I said, I'm not perfect or nothing like that, but I'm making better choices. And now I'm starting to see, my perspective is starting to change. Like I'm starting to see more good in people. I've always saw the glass like half full, but I did go through like a time where I was negative. Like you could tell, cause I write poetry, you could tell like my older poetry, dude, my rhymes, like it was like, it was like dark and and not
I've read some of your stuff online from back in the day before the accident.
And I wasn't speaking life into people. I was speaking death, really, like in my poetry.
Definitely had a negative slant, to
right?
Some of
so you know,
yeah. I've read some of those pieces.
Yeah, dude.
Was that on YouTube?
That was my perspective.
Like on Facebook, he would post stuff like that.
I would post a poem like from time to time, like something that was on my mind, because that was my way of talking, like. And telling people that there was problems going on without like telling them, so I would write it down. And then that was like, I was being brave by saying, hey, look, this is really what's going on in my life, and I remember this, Chris, like, this is so crazy, bro. I remember I wrote this one poem on the way. I was driving from Tampa to like, what team were we playing? I want to say it was like in Pompano Beach. Like we had went to the playoffs. We were the 8th seed. We snuck in and we were playing the 1st seed. So we were supposed to get demolished or whatever. I can't remember what team it was that we were playing. But anyways, on my way up there, I'm writing this poem and I'm crying, dude. I'm crying. I'm in tears, man. I'm like boo-hoo crying, bro. And all because of my problem with women. Like my problem with women, like me like sleeping with multiple women, it had caught up to me. And I was just
sounds like a nice problem to have, actually,
bro. I mean, you would think,
wish
right?
I had that problem right now.
That was called the DT experience.
You would think, bro, but like it was destroying me, man. It was because I felt terrible. Like I felt terrible because it's not for everybody. And like what happens is it's not sustainable. At some point, you end up having to lie, to some degree. Sometimes it gets like lie on top of lie. And then I'm like, dude, I don't feel good about myself. So
I wouldn't say that, man. Not for everybody.
So here I am.
I used to have a stable. I was fine lying to him. But anyway, continue.
No, I feel you. I mean, I don't feel you, but I had, for me, it broke me down. But I'm sitting here writing this poem, and I'm picturing myself like going through the woods, like even though I'm in traffic on I-4 going through Orlando, and I put myself in the woods. And, and I'm trying to find peace, man. And I'm journeying through the wilderness, let me see if I got the poem, man. I kind of remembered a little bit, but it's really short, but I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna bring it home here in a minute. Let's see if I can find it. Journey through the wilderness. Give me a second. That's not it. Oh, Tears Through Poetry. Okay, so it says, and I remember it was kind of like had this tone because I was listening to this reggae artist at the time, He kind of sings. His name is Modest Yahoo. Never heard of him? No. Okay. It's very spiritual. But I was like, journey through the wilderness. My soul enters the abyss. I'm contemplating all the time that I miss. My mind's sick. I'm steady chasing solo trips. Force pouring wisdom as I walk through the mist. My fingernails stabbing my palms. The frustration stream. My consequences got me clenching my fists. Tears well up as I sift through emotions. I'm grappling in my mind. I'm trying to gather my grip. What's happening? Lightning crackling. Thunder roaring fiercely as I'm biting my lip. When did the king fall down? Tell me, when did he slip? Pleasuring erotic fantasies, treasuring the many poisons madmen like to sip. Intellect flipped. At times, I'm attempting to hold it together with doses of righteousness. Angels and demons consistently battle, confusing my meaning of bliss.
And this is back when you had dark stuff you were posting.
It was because I was like sleeping with a lot of women, man, and it's like, and I broke it down like what was going on in my mind. So like in my mind, I'm in traffic, but I'm in the woods right now, and I'm clenching my fists, man. My tears are welling up. I'm crying, I'm grappling I'm struggling in my mind. I'm struggling.
Struggling with all the pussy, or
pretty much. I'm trying. But
what are you telling me?
But check this out. I'm trying to gather my grip. What's happening? Like I'm like, why am I upset? Like you said, why am I upset? Like what's happening? Why am I upset that I should be happy? I should be happy.
I'm having. How much we'd pay for some strange right now?
I can have any I'm not gonna say I can have any woman I want, but I could have I was.
Yeah, variety.
I had variety.
That's
I could do whatever right. Okay.
We need variety.
So the lightning's crackling. Like I'm in the woods. The lightning's crackling. The thunder's roaring. I'm biting my lip. When did the king fall down? Like when did I fall down? Like why am I upset? Like why is this destroying me? So this is the battle that I'm having.
Question, yeah.
So if you relate this to like King David. A lot of his poetry was his struggle with lust. Like a lot of his poetry, he was always crying out to God, hey man, take me back, but anyways, this is before I accepted Christ. So
struggle with lust. I've never heard that.
And then it says, when did the king fall down? Tell me, when did he slip? Pleasuring erotic fantasies, treasuring the many poisons. Like I had treasured alcohol, man. I had treasured whiskey. I had treasured, cigars, man, and weed, and I'm but intellect flipped. So I could flip my intellect real quick and I could go coach a football game. So I got all this going on. So this is me being transparent as a man. We can have all this baggage. We can have all this going on. But then when I got out of that car and I pulled into the parking lot, I wiped my tears off. Yo, let's go, boys. No one knew I was crying. No one knew what I was going through. I'm out there. I'm coaching a football game. We won that game. We were the 8th seed. We beat the 1st seed, and we advanced to the 2nd round playoffs to play Jesuit that year. But this is where it really brings it together. It says, at times I'm attempting to hold it together with doses of righteousness. So like by coaching, by doing good things, like sometimes I would run around trying to do good things to like make myself feel better about what I was doing on the flip side. Mm-hmm. So, and then it says, angels and demons consistently battle, confusing my meaning of bliss. Because I know what makes me feel good. When I do good, I feel good. But at that time where my mind was, like when I would do evil, I thought I was feeling good. I thought like sleeping with women was good. So I was confused. I was confused of what was really good. Because that lifestyle is not sustainable. It's not sustainable. No matter how much, it's never enough. No matter how much vagina you get, it's never enough. No matter how much money you get, it's never enough.
You think you should only fuck a chick if you're married? Or you think you should wait for marriage?
Absolutely, man.
You'd wait?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm trying right, bro. I'm trying my hardest right now, bro. I'm waiting, dude.
But could you imagine
I'm gonna tell you this,
marrying a chick and then she has some sorry...
I don't think it would be like that, though. Check this out, though, Chris. I don't think it'd be like that, though.
You said because if
I said I couldn't. I mean, you got to try the shoe on and walk around a little
True.
bit.
Okay. But you don't
that's
think,
just my opinion.
You don't think if you're mentally connected that thing's going to get super wet, your thing's going to get super hard, and you're going to be throbbing, bro. That's going to be fire. It's going to be fire.
Yeah, but all right. So, okay. That's cool with like the first like couple of times, right? Because it's new, it's exciting, it's you've
been waiting on it your whole half your life.
It's something that you've been banking on, right?
Okay.
But after you guys kind of get into that that 1-2 ritual. Here's my 3 good moves I'm going to give you, and then I'm going to go to bed.
But if you're spiritually and mentally connected,
I'll fall off quick.
If you're spiritually and mentally connected, that's going to keep happening. That's sustainable. But it's not sustainable when you're not spiritually and mentally connected. So it's going to, you're going to get that excitement those couple times and it's going to be over. But like if you're mentally and spiritually connected, you're going to keep getting that. You're going to get that all the time. It's going to be super sustainable, man.
Well, more power to you, man. I got to agree to disagree with that.
I feel you. I feel you.
If I don't lust you, I can't love you. I don't know. It's weird for me.
And maybe that's the problem with our society, though. Maybe too many men are thinking like that.
Yeah, I think I can relate more to Chris's side on this, though.
I feel
and
you.
Not
no, dude, and I respect everybody. I'm just telling you my perspective, and
because I feel like with what you're presenting isn't more of kind of a sexual thing. It's more of being on a next level with
Chris.
someone.
This is great, isn't it? This is good stuff. You know it is.
Absolutely, dude.
Dude, this is amazing. This is growth. This is what this is all about, baby.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's go, Tom.
Can you wait?
It's you're talking more of connection, a next level connection, not that animalistic need that you need. You just want to get out there and just crush some pussy. You know what I mean? Just your wife, not your wife, whatever the case may be, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, having that connection, that spiritual connection that you're talking about, I feel like that's a connection that you have when you guys are sitting at home, the both of you, and it's quiet, and you feel that comfortableness because you don't need to speak. You have that level of connection.
Okay. Well,
I just feel like
that's a perspective there.
I feel like that's just two different things overall.
So
well,
you're right now on a journey to wait for marriage for the next time you have sex?
Absolutely, bro.
Really?
Absolutely.
How long you been on this path of destruction?
I try and I fall off all the time. I try and I fall off.
Oh, okay.
I try and I fall off.
What's the longest you've made it?
I've made it like 9 months at one point. Yeah, 9 months, dude.
Did you fuck your hand in that 9 months? Because that counts.
But check this. Yeah, I did.
Well, that counts.
No, definitely. But definitely, it's been a process, and I'm being completely transparent right now, man. I've man, oh shoot, I was trying to bring something to you right now. Dang, come back.
So you fucked your hand in that 9 months?
So what I was trying to tell you was, I've gotten to the point, bro. Like I can't even watch porn, bro.
So
it doesn't do anything for me, bro. It doesn't do anything.
No, I mean, if you don't watch.
But no, I used to be, dude. I used to love porn. Like I used to have to do it every night to go to sleep. Like that was my NyQuil.
I can see that, yeah.
That was my NyQuil, bro.
A lot of people it is.
But now, dude, I'm to the point where like it doesn't even like do anything for me, bro. Like I like, I want the real thing, but I want that real connection, man. I want that real, and dude, I mean.
So you're gonna wait now?
No, I'm gonna try my best. I'm trying my best, bro. I'm trying my best. Like.